This is an amazing moment for me. This is Kimberly Fowler, who is a member of WomenCentric and who came on board with WomenCentric last year not knowing me. So Kimberly and I are meeting for the first time.
Here in New York.
Here in New York. Yeah. And so I wanted for her to tell you a little bit about who she is, why she's a part of WomenCentric, and also some great success tips because she's building an empire. So ladies, listen up. And men too.
Well, my name is Kimberly Fowler. I have YAS Fitness Centers. I have YAS Yoga and Sportswear and YAS Productions. So I have, YAS is basically a lifestyle fitness brand. I have author. I wrote a book called The No Ohm Zone, and I'm about to, I'm in the process of writing my treatment for my second book. So I'll be back up here in New York to pitch it. With WomenCentric, I believe in women. I believe in women in business. I think we struggle, and that's something that if I can say anything to women to not give up. It is a struggle, and it's hard. I've been in business for 10 years. It's still hard, and I don't want anyone, including you, to give up. I want you to, get out there and knock it out of the ballpark.
That's a good piece of advice. But now you're also here at this New York City event,
yes,
and you're a part of that. And some of the information that you gave, besides the not giving up, some practical tips about how to take your business to the next level. Any tips that you'd like to share on that?
Well, mainly I think you need to set goals. I always set goals. I love the beginning New Year's because I set goals and I check in monthly, and so goal setting is huge. Put a date, how much, just put everything down. My office is plastered with, my to-dos, how do I get there? I have what I call empowering questions. I ask myself every day, like one of my goals, what do you want? How are you going to get it? What do you want? And I ask myself that every day.
That's a very good point, because a lot of people that I meet and interview, they can articulate what they want, but they're not so clear about how do they get it.
Yes, and I think that's the thing. I do it every morning. I get up like 4:30, and that's the first thing I do. I go down and do my empowering questions. It's how I start my day. Like, how are you going to get this?
Well, I think that also helps. It sounds like keeping you focused and not letting other extraneous details get in the way.
For me, I have actual focus days because I have a lot of different divisions in my company, and if I just, I could spend my whole day going from one thing to the other thing and not really get anything done. So I have a focus day where I will focus on, like, YASwear, my clothing line, and that's what I stay focused on for the day. And I think that's good advice for people in business and for women in particular, because we get drawn into so many different directions.
Okay, so here's the question of the hour. What do you think of social media, and do you spend any time on it yourself, or do you outsource that because you recognize the value of it because that's the sandbox that people are playing in? Right. But how, as the CEO of your company and of many different companies, right, and lifestyle brands, how do you manage that?
Well, right now I do it all myself. Facebook, I can understand it. I've in the beginning, like, I'm in my 50s, so like a lot of people in my age group, when social media came out and people were trying to friend you, were like, I don't know you. Right. You want to be my friend? I don't know you. And then I'd have like one of my instructors who's in their 20s and they have 4,000 people on their Facebook page. I didn't quite get it, but I knew, because I read everything I can on business, and I knew, I can't be behind. So I started a fan page and Twitter, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous, but I knew I had to do it. And it's actually we've done really well, but I do it myself. But you can tell when someone doesn't. You have a voice, and I think someone, like, I can see on someone's Twitter page or Facebook page, the voice is different. So I would stay involved with it because it is your message.
Whoever is doing it has to really know the company.
They have to know your brand, and you have to trust them, because when you put out, it's out there forever. So I think it's something that as an entrepreneur you really need to, at least have some, say in it, or keep an eye on what's going on.
Okay, great. Well, thank you again, Kimberly, so much for being a part of WomenCentric.
Congratulations on your business.
Oh, thank you. Yes. And so much more good stuff coming down the pike for you. I know. We'll definitely keep in touch. And
thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.